For millennia, the sands of Egypt have guarded secrets, whispering tales of pharaohs, pyramids, and an empire that shaped the course of human history. But what if these ancient rulers, once thought to be distant and enigmatic, held a surprising connection to us, a link woven into the very fabric of their being, their DNA? Today, on Sci Discovery Chronicles, we embark on an extraordinary journey delving into the genetic legacy of the Pharaohs, a scientific quest that is rewriting our understanding of ancient Egypt and its enduring impact on the modern world. Imagine, for a moment, extracting the very essence of life from a mummy, a relic preserved for thousands of years. For a long time, this was a dream, fraught with challenges. The harsh Egyptian climate, the very process of mummification with its chemicals, all conspire to degrade the delicate strands of DNA. Early attempts to analyze ancient Egyptian DNA were met with skepticism, and rightly so. Contamination from modern sources was a significant hurdle, often leaving more contemporary DNA on the samples than ancient genetic material within them. As Professor Johannes Cross of the Max Planck Institute aptly put it, when you touch a bone, you probably leave more DNA on the bone than is inside it. This inherent difficulty meant that for decades, the genetic tapestry of ancient Egypt remained largely unexamined, a tantalizing mystery hidden beneath layers of history and preservation challenges. The scientific community yearned for reliable data, but the technology simply wasn't there to overcome these formidable obstacles. But science, ever persistent, found a way. Breakthroughs in ancient DNA analysis, particularly in the last 5 to 6 years, have allowed researchers to differentiate between ancient and modern DNA based on its chemical properties. This technological leap opened a window into the past, enabling scientists to finally unlock the genetic secrets held within these ancient remains. One groundbreaking study, published in 2017 by Schoenemann et al., analyzed DNA from 151 mummies recovered from Abusir el-Meleq in Middle Egypt, spanning a remarkable 1,300 years, from the late New Kingdom to the Roman periods. To this extensive dataset, encompassing a significant chronological range, provided an unprecedented opportunity to trace genetic shifts and continuities over a substantial period of ancient Egyptian history. The meticulous work involved in extracting and sequencing these ancient genomes represented a monumental achievement in the field of archaeogenetics. The findings were nothing short of astonishing, challenging long-held assumptions. The study revealed that the ancient Egyptians from Abusir el-Meleq were genetically closest to Neolithic and Bronze Age populations from the Near East, Anatolia, and Eastern Mediterranean Europeans. This suggests a strong genetic affinity with populations to their east and north, indicating deep historical connections that predate many of the commonly known empires. What's even more intriguing is the comparison with modern Egyptians. The study found that while modern Egyptians share some mitochondrial DNA profiles with their ancient ancestors, they also carry an additional 8% of Sub-Saharan African ancestry. This finding was particularly significant as it highlighted a notable genetic divergence between ancient and modern populations, prompting a re-evaluation of the historical narrative. This 8% increase in Sub-Saharan African ancestry in modern Egyptians, which appears to have occurred predominantly within the last 2,000 years, raises fascinating questions about historical migrations and interactions. Several factors could contribute to this shift. Increased mobility along the mighty Nile River, which served as a vital artery for trade and communication, could have facilitated greater genetic exchange. The Nile was not merely a river, it was a superhighway, connecting diverse communities and fostering intermingling. Long-distance commerce, connecting Egypt with various parts of Africa, the Middle East, and beyond, also played a significant role. The flow of goods often accompanied the movement of people, leading to genetic admixture. Furthermore, the era of the Trans-Saharan slave trade, a dark chapter in human history, undoubtedly left its genetic imprint on the region, contributing to the observed genetic shifts. One understanding these complex historical processes is crucial for interpreting the genetic landscape of modern Egypt. It's important to note that the genetic makeup of ancient Egypt was not monolithic. The country's strategic location at the crossroads of continents meant it was a melting pot of cultures and peoples. The genetic history of Egypt reflects its position at the intersection of North Africa, the Sahara, the Middle East, the Mediterranean, and Sub-Saharan Africa. This geographical nexus ensured a constant flow of genetic material from various directions. While the 2017 study provided invaluable insights, its samples were from a single site in Middle Egypt, meaning they might not be fully representative of all ancient Egyptians across the vast empire. To Egypt was a sprawling civilization, and regional genetic variations were likely present. Future research, encompassing a wider geographical range of ancient samples, will be essential to paint a more comprehensive picture of ancient Egyptian genetic diversity. The study also sparked academic debate, a healthy sign of scientific progress. Some scholars, like Stuart Tyson Smith, pointed out that the Fayyum Oasis, where the abuser el-Meleq samples were located, was historically known as an area where Middle Eastern peoples, such as the Shirtan, were settled as a reward for military service during the late New Kingdom. This historical context could offer an alternative explanation for the stronger affinity to Middle Eastern populations observed in the ancient samples, suggesting that the genetic signal might be localized rather than broadly representative. Others argued that the increase in Sub-Saharan African ancestry in modern Egyptians might be attributed to early settlers rather than solely the Trans-Saharan slave trade, suggesting that the relevant Sub-Saharan genetic markers don't always align with known trade routes. These ongoing discussions highlight the complexities of interpreting ancient DNA data and the need for interdisciplinary approaches, combining genetics with archaeology, history, and linguistics. Beyond the broader population studies, individual pharaohs have also been subjects of intense genetic inquiry. A 2012 study, for instance, analyzed the mummies of Ramesses III and unknown Mani believed to be his son Pentuer. This study predicted the Y chromosomal haplogroup E1b1a for both, a haplogroup that shows high frequencies in modern West and Central African populations. This finding, while from a limited sample, suggests a fascinating connection to Sub-Saharan Africa within the royal lineage itself, adding another layer of complexity to the genetic narrative of ancient Egypt. The study of royal mummies, though challenging due to potential contamination and the unique circumstances of their preservation, offers unparalleled insights into the genetic makeup of the ruling elite and their familial relationships. The allure of figures like Tutankhamun, the Boy King, has also driven genetic research. While the 2017 study focused on a broader population sample, ongoing research continues to shed light on the genetic profiles of specific royal individuals and their lineages. These studies, often involving meticulous analysis of ancient DNA, aim to reconstruct family trees, identify genetic predispositions to diseases, and even understand physical traits. For example, genetic analysis has been used to investigate the possibility of inbreeding within royal families, a practice common in many ancient monarchies, and its potential impact on their health and appearance. The insights gained from these individual analyses contribute to a more complete picture of the pharaohs' genetic heritage and their connections to both ancient and modern populations. Each royal mummy holds a unique genetic story, waiting to be deciphered. The field of ancient DNA research is constantly evolving, with new techniques and discoveries emerging regularly. The ability to extract and analyze ancient DNA from challenging samples, like those from hot and humid environments, is a testament to scientific ingenuity. Advanced sequencing technologies and sophisticated bioinformatics tools are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Each new study, each successful extraction, adds another piece to the intricate puzzle of human history. These genetic investigations are not just about understanding the past. They also offer profound insights into human migration patterns, population dynamics, and the complex interplay of culture and biology over millennia. The future of archaeogenetics promises even more revelations as scientists continue to refine their methods and expand their research to new geographical areas and time periods. The genetic legacy of the pharaohs, therefore, is not confined to the dusty tombs of Egypt. It resonates in the DNA of people across the globe, a testament to the interconnectedness of humanity. The story of ancient Egypt, once told primarily through hieroglyphs and archaeological finds, is now being enriched by the silent language of genes. This new narrative reveals a dynamic and ever-changing population influenced by millennia of interactions, migrations, and cultural exchanges. It reminds us that history is not static, but a living, breathing narrative constantly being reinterpreted and understood through new lenses. The genetic evidence compels us to reconsider simplistic notions of identity and origin, embracing the rich tapestry of human diversity that has been woven over countless generations. So, what does the genetic legacy of the pharaohs truly tell us? It tells us that the story of humanity is one of constant movement, adaptation, and intermingling. It challenges our preconceived notions of identity and origin, revealing a shared heritage that transcends geographical and temporal boundaries. It underscores the power of science to illuminate the past, offering a deeper, more nuanced understanding of who we are and where we come from. The secrets of ancient Egypt continue to unfold, one DNA strand at a time, inviting us to look closer, question more, and discover the hidden connections that bind us all. Join us next time on Sci Discovery Chronicles as we continue to explore the fascinating intersections of science, history, and discovery.